I want you to know that the way you give to God, the way you open yourself to God, is the way that God will bless you. I've been saying this. Many of you can only be where you want to be depending on the way you honor God. I know there are many critiques, there are many talks on social media against honest Christians, against obedient Christians, not to give, not to support, not to do anything in the house of God. Brethren, I want to ask you a question. Do you know that those people that are saying all those things they are saying online, look at them very well. Were they going to church? They have never been going to church. They are not Christians. They are not Christians. So they are just using that platform to be able to earn their money from Facebook or from YouTube. And again, some of them that are saying this, when you look at them, they are not being Christian. They are different religion. They are different religion because they know our belief is the strongest belief. Is the strongest belief and has the strongest power. So other religions are sponsoring people to start talking about Christianity so that Christianity should go down. For example, if we don't buy diesel to run this service as I'm talking to you now, there will be no service. You can't hear me talking to you. You can't hear me. And most of you, if there's no church in Revival Land, you will stay home. You won't go to church. And what does that mean? You have already backslided. You have backslided. And this is how that's the agenda to destroy Christianity in the world today. Because you can't be telling people, don't pay tithe, don't give a seat in the church, don't give offering. Then how would the church run? How would the church move? Okay, for now, by the grace of God, I can provide diesel for you people to run your service. If I was not there, who will provide that diesel? Who will provide that diesel for you people to run this service? Who will provide it? So what you are hearing or what you are watching on social media, it is a propaganda. It is a propaganda to bring down the body of Christ. But by the grace of God, it will not come down, because there will still be faithful Christians that will sit down and reason that even in your own house, if you don't buy fuel or you don't buy diesel, can you watch your TV? Can you even have light in your own house to sleep? If you don't buy a table in your house, can your children sit down to read? If you don't buy food in your house, can your children eat? No. It's the same way in the house of God. It's the same way in the house of God. All of us know that God will not come from heaven, send bags of rice, send cartons of Indomie, send bags of or send gallons, jerrycans of diesel or fuel for us to run church. All of us know that it's not possible. It's not possible. But we have to be an example. We know that everybody cannot be the same. Even you give birth to 5 children, those 5 children cannot be the same. Some will think differently, some will believe differently, some will look at things differently. This is the way the church is. If you can have 5 children that are thinking differently, seeing things differently, what about a church that is made up of people from different families, different backgrounds, different culture? What do you think? People must think differently. So, but I know for sure that among you, there are people that will sit down, reason this thing out, see these things out and say, no, I understand. I understand that even though I have the little that I have, I will not allow that little to be used in the wrong way, but rather I will place it before God so that my finances can be multiplied. Let's hear what the Bible says in the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 38. They say, give and it shall be given to you. Give, it shall be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over, will be poured into your laps. For with the measure you use, it shall be measured to you. I didn't write the Bible. I didn't write the Bible. So you see, the first thing that the devil tried to do with you is that he tried to use his powers to stop you from understanding what God is talking to you right now. So, and The devil can never be a scorpion or a masquerade or a dragon. No, the devil are the human beings that we are greeting every day, that we are seeing every day. Satan does not live in the stick. Satan can only live in the body that has blood. So the devil will use somebody, even your best friend, your sister, your brother, to start singing in your head every day that don't give to church. You are enriching the man of God. You are enriching the pastor. You are enriching the woman of God. Okay, in my case, now look at in my case, those of you that you have been with me, you are in revival land. So how do you enrich me? Did I need your money before I build this church? No. Did I need your money before I build these beautiful chairs that you are sitting on? No. Did I need your money before I build this, before I buy the sound equipment? No. Did I need your money before I build a hotel? No. Did I need the money before I bought the generator? No. So, but somebody, after some few months to come, when somebody will come to revival land, he will just start to speak what he don't know. He will say, oh, you see the money that is collected from people, you see what they have done here, you see he has built this one, he has built a hotel, he has built his house, he has built this one. They will say things because they don't understand. They don't understand. I am not arguing the fact that there are no churches that are exploitative. They are, but there are still right churches. There are still good churches that a man of God works and build the church. The man of God does everything he could do for you to have a place to worship God, because it's a grace that God has given to me. For me, it's a grace that God has given to me to make sure to put a defeating place for God, even before building my house, even before doing anything. This is what God placed in me, and I'm ready to do that. But be rest assured, some of you will hear this after a couple of months, especially when I will be fully settled in Nigeria. You will start hearing content creators will come online and say he just came to Nigeria, he received money from people, he built a big church, he does this, he does that. You hear that. But what I want to let you know is that Satan will first attack your mind so that you will be discouraged in receiving your blessings, so that you will be disconnected from their blessings. That is what Satan will want to attack you from. But if you understand what God is talking to you in the book of Luke chapter 6 verse 38, he said, give and it shall be given back to you. Give. Where do you give? You give in the presence of God. Look, you can also give to the widows. You can also give to the widowers. You can also give to the orphans. Like what we are doing in school. We are giving to those that are in need. We are giving to those that need the blessings of God. Those that maybe they could not acquire, or they could not have enough to be able to study or to be able to go to school. We are giving back to them. That's giving. And the only way that you can give, that you are giving, will spread in all fields of life is when you give through a church. Because if somebody is giving a capital in the church, because you gave to that church, you have also contributed to that person's capital. So you have given to a needy, somebody that needed help. If somebody is a widow and came to church and they gave him the church gave him a blessing, you as a giver in that church, you are also a contributor to the life of that widow. Or maybe it was a widower, you are a contributor. That is how your giving can be spread through a church. And the good thing I like about this verse, this Luke 6:38, it says, a good measure, when you give, is given to you back. And it says, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. A good measure. What is a good measure? The good measure is the level of your sacrifice, is the level of your thinking, is the level at which you look at things to be able to give to God. If you look what you're supposed to give to God and you steal from it, you reduce from it, you have destroyed, you have lowered your measure. Measure is something with pressure. with pressure. In physics, so some of you that you study physics, you will understand when you talk about measure. Measure is a pressure. It's a pressure you put on something. If you reduce the force or the weight of a bag of cement and you carry it up, you realize that you will stay longer because the weight has reduced. The weight has reduced. But if it is one full bag of cement that no grams or kilograms have been reduced from it, when you carry that bag of cement up, you cannot stay with it for up to 5 minutes. But if that bag of cement has been reduced to maybe 5 kg, you can hold it even for more than 1 hour. So that is how God is talking to you here. It's a good measure. A good measure. What you're supposed to do to him, if you do it accordingly, if you do it at the way it is stated, or the way you acquire what you're supposed to, the resources, if you do it the same way you acquired the resources, or the same way the money came into your hand, is the same way you want to give to God, you have mounted pressure on God. You have mounted pressure on God. He must answer you. He must answer you because you put pressure on him. But if you don't know, you say, oh, if I give small, I've still given. If I give the little to God, I've still given. If I give, if I don't even give, I have still given. There are many of you that you come even to church, you don't give offering because you believe that I've come to church. Coming to church is a sacrifice for you. No, it's not enough. It's a sacrifice, but it's not enough. Look, it's a good measure. A good measure cannot be measured by your coming to church. It cannot be measured by your coming to church. It can be measured by your coming to church and the sacrifice put in place for God to bless you. And he says, he press that measure, press down. It press down. It make it to happen by fire, by force. It press down. The same good measure you gave is the same good measure that will press down your blessing. I hope I'm not hurting somebody here. I hope I'm not hurting somebody by explaining this to you. I hope I'm not hurting somebody. If I'm hurting you, I'm sorry. But I just want you to understand, because it's my same principle. These are the principles that I took, that I've been blessed the way I'm blessed today. Many of you are praying that one day your children should do better things, even more than what I'm doing. Yes, the only secret is what you should follow. Because it's only somebody that has gone through a road and he has succeeded in that road that he can advise you that you can go through that road. What I'm talking to you right now is what I've gone through, is what I've done. Some of you, proofs are there. You go on social media, you see it. I did it, and God blessed me at this level. Why should I not tell you the secret? Why should I not tell you what you need to do so that it can happen? Please, if you don't learn to be a giver, you cannot be rich. I repeat again, if you don't learn to be a giver, you cannot be rich.